Self-proclaimed Chief Gammon, June Slater, is tonight's outsider. Now, after his virtue-signalling coverage of the Qatar World Cup, multi-millionaire social justice warrior Gary Lineker is now gunning for the tournament's next co-host, the USA. Watch.
Been out there a month. I'm wondering if you've sort of changed or how you think it's gone.
Well, it's just not about me. It's just we pointed facts out at the beginning of the tournament. Those facts remain. So, lots of people were killed doing the stadiums. Yes, the stadiums are extraordinary. Pretty much every country, including our own, has got issues. And we're off to America in 4 years' time with Canada and Mexico, but obviously America's an extraordinarily racist country. So there's always issues.
He just can't help himself, can he? Just weeks after being found guilty of breaching the BBC's impartiality guidelines, Gary's back on his soapbox and making a mockery of the Director-General Tim Davie and his attempts to clean house once again. June Slater, wouldn't it be great if he could just focus on the football for once, June, instead of making this outrageous claim that the USA is some sort of racist hellhole?
Well, he's not a well man, is he? I've contacted my Auntie Ivy, actually, for a vertigo tablets, because he must be dizzy with all that virtue signalling from up on the high ground. What I don't understand is, let me just get this right, the southern border to America is teeming with migrants trying to get in, not trying to get out. They're not all going other way saying, oh, don't come here, you've no idea how racist it is. They're trying to get in. And not long ago, he was, I think he tweeted about Meghan and Harry, the Duke and Duchess of Winge, how they did the right thing to go to America because we're all racist in Britain. Yet again, our southern borders are teeming with people trying to get in, not trying to get out. Where does his thought process come from? I don't understand how we can say this, especially with a nation that the backbone of which couldn't be more multicultural. People came from all over the world to Staten Island. One of the reasons there's a lot of unusual surnames in America is because they were processing that many people. As they were saying the surnames from different countries across the world, they wrote them down incorrectly. There's racist problems in every pocket of the universe, and it's not necessarily all one-sided, as we've seen with other issues. But what is Gary Lineker on? I mean, he's had a great career, represented his country really well, and then he's got a plum job being paid an absolute fortune by taxpayers to comment on it. And that's not good enough. Yet he's silent, fingers on lips, not a sound out of him when the pensioners got stiffed for the TV licence. And now you've got to be over 75 and on pension credits to get it.
Indeed, he's not coming for his precious BBC, who pay him £1 million a year to read an auto cue, June, and pay for him to stay in very posh hotels in Qatar for a month. The thing that I find most infuriating about this, though, is that when the new BBC Director-General started in his job, he said it didn't matter how famous the BBC personality was, didn't matter how much they were paid, didn't matter how popular they were on Twitter. He was going to crack down on BBC presenters paid for by us expressing their woke, liberal, metropolitan bias. And Gary Lineker refuses to listen to that. He does it all the time. He spouts off complete nonsense that doesn't even make any sense, June. And Tim Davie has done nothing about it. And the thing is, for a long time, June, Lineker always used to say, oh, well, this doesn't matter because it's just sport. I'm just a sport presenter. I'm not in news. I'm not in politics. But now he's actually turned himself into a political commentator on the BBC.
Well, the problem is there's a lot of I'm outspoken, but I'm just a mush. I'm just one of the people who's managed to get a slot on GBNews, which I'm eternally grateful for. But the problem with people like Lineker, let's just nail him here. What have you got to offer, Gary? What are you offering the nation? You're rich. You made your money from your sport, and you're making your money off the back of the taxpayer who pays the licence fee to listen to you talk about the sport that you love. The rest is your doing. We're not really interested. You've only got a load of crazies turning up saying, oh, say Gary of Lineker, you're marvellous, you're saying all the right things, you're so left-wing, you'll fall off the face of the earth if it was flat. But normal people don't want to listen to this. They want to listen to Gary's expertise on sport, not his opinions.
Exactly. And the problem is, when you take the BBC coin, when you take the licence fee payer money, the deal that you do is you keep your opinions to yourself. If you want to go and spout off about politics all the time, Gary Lineker, go and join Emily Maitlis at the Labour Broadcasting Company, otherwise known as LBC. But look, thank you so much.